All right, I'm going to show you how to draw a more organic shape. This is one that's not really geometric. It would be something that doesn't hold any measurability to it, but it also would become a little bit more in need of a free-form gradient to be able to feel its blobbiness, I guess is the best way to put it. So I'm going to use my pencil tool and I'm going to draw myself just sort of an orby kind of a blob thing here. You can do something similar. Now, I don't think I like that point there at the end, so let's see if I can change that a little bit. Yeah, let's change and soften that just a smidge so it doesn't have quite a point. There we go. Now he's more rounded. Okay, so I am going to fill with some kind of a gradient, but let's pick, when we come over here, we're going to choose gradient, and we're going to choose not the left, not the middle, but the far right gradient, which is called the free form gradient. So that means I'm going to pick a color here. Let's do something in the red-orange family. I'm going to do this guy, and we'll put something in here. Oh, might help if I select it, right? I didn't have him selected. Try that again. There we go. All right, so what it does is it puts in a general kind of a fade, and you'll see these little circle icons where I can pull and expand the amount of spray, I guess you'd say, that this gradient color stop will make. So right now I'm going to click on him and I want to choose a flavor that's more orange. Okay. Let's see, let's make this a light kind of an orange up here. And then anywhere else that I click, it will kind of repeat that color until I tell it to do something different. So I'm going to come down here. We'll make it a little bit more of this orange color. We'll make it more orange. We'll make this more orange. So see, notice it's taking whatever I use last and repeating it unless I tell it to do something a little bit different. Well, as I begin to, I can move this around by its center. Again, I can change the amount of the spray of that color. So this kind of allows you to plop down values wherever you'd like that isn't in some kind of an order, the way the radial goes from light to dark or dark to light, and same way with the linear gradient. This way we have a little bit more freedom, and I'm going to tap over here. I'm going to put a little bit more of a darker gradient over there. We'll do a little bit darker. We'll tap that guy. We'll make him a little bit darker, but I even might go a little bit more rich. Let's share that spray. I'm going to move this over because if I'm keeping with some of my other drawings that we've done so far, where the light is coming over here from the top left, I'm going to make this bottom right side a little bit darker, right? I'm going to bring some of the darks down here. There's some more darks and some more darks and some more darks and some more darks. So they're going to be a little bit richer on the bottom, a little bit more medium toned in other areas. So let's kind of make this a little bit richer over here. Now, one of the interesting things about an organic object, and now that I'm selecting this, I'm going to turn off the outline for it, right? One of the interesting things, and I'm going to just doodle an image here or a direction, is that things that are up high tend to be lighter or brighter, okay? Let me put a line there. So anything up here at the rise, at the height of something, and this area over here at the top would generally have a little bit more brightness and lightness to them, okay? Anything that is down low or concave, that's where a little less light is getting inside, and those areas are going to be darker. So, in light of that information, okay, I'm going to get rid of these. These were just my drawing points to kind of illustrate areas. I'm going to come in back again. I want to select my object. I want to go back to my freeform gradient, and I want to click a stop down here, but I want this stop to be a little bit darker because he's down there in the middle and he's not getting much light at all from that would be coming over here from the left. These stops, I would believe, would be just a little bit darker over here as well because they're going to be away from the light. Which means I need to get some more mid-range colors going over here. So I'm going to pull some more of my mid-range ones, some more mid-range. Maybe that'll be a little bit more mid-range there, a little bit more of a mid-range here. And then I will make some of these down here at the bottom a little bit darker. Definitely that area because he's up and inside of an area that's a little bit richer. And now you can kind of get the feeling that I have some brightness going on, and that brightness is coming from, up and over here. The light is. So some of these under areas are a little richer, a little darker. I think I even might, let's tap on this, and I think I'd like to go a little bit darker down here. Let's expand that just a smidge. I think I want to come down a little bit darker there. Okay, so we have a little bit more dark there. So now we have sort of this organic blob. Again, as for finishing, what I would ask is that you come back in here, you give yourself your layer that's going to be down below. That will be everything behind your object, right? So I could come in here with some kind of a rectangle to be my background space, give it some kind of a color. I'll go with something neutral. I'll draw myself another rectangle. Let's make this maybe a little bit more grayish. And I'll come in back there. All right. And then, of course, I'm going to need to put some kind of a cast shadow. So when you have something as far as a cast shadow, let's see, I'm going to put this on another layer on top. I'm locking my other layers so I don't damage anything, but this is when I'm going to need to have some kind of an ovular elliptical shape. And I want it to be a darker version of my table color. So let me, let me unlock my table color here real quick so I can kind of tap on it. So let me tap on this, and this is where I'm at here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to come down and make sort of a darker value. Oop, I didn't mean to do that. Let's undo. There we go, Miss Martin. Let's lock that. Let's keep this shape. We're going to save this guy down here in swatches. We're going to save him. I'm going to lock that shape. And then let me come back up here, and I'm going to take this color and let's make this color darker, really, really dark, right? And I'm going to use that now for my oval shape, which is going to represent my value of where this is all at on the table. Okay. I can then kind of lighten this a little bit. Let's see if we can come up here to the gradients. Maybe we'll do something more radial, right? Let me come over here and let's take this guy and let's lighten him over here, right? Look at that. Okay. I need that to be much darker underneath of it. I might even make this a little less opaque. Again, this is just me kind of playing around with it here. So we know that the shadow's a little lighter on one side and gets a little darker away from us. So there we have it. We have sort of this organic blob, right? And we've kind of played with the free form gradient.